Guys, C.L. Kanan here from Fiction Atlas Press, bringing you another Indie Connection. And today I'd like to tell you about some indie books that you might enjoy if you're a fan of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. The first book I have for you is called The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Brianne Randall. Sadie Irregular has always believed that the curse of 4 heartbreaks that accompanies her magic will be worth the price. When her grandmother is diagnosed with cancer with only weeks to live, and her first heartbreak, Jake McNeil, returns to town after a decade, her carefully structured life begins to unravel. With the news of their grandmother's impending death, Sadie's estranged twin brother Seth returns to town, bringing with him deeply buried family secrets that threaten to tear Sadie's world apart. Their grandmother has been the backbone of the family for generations, and with her death, Sadie isn't sure she'll have the strength to keep the family and her magic together. As feelings for Jake begin to rekindle, and her grandmother growing sicker by the day, Sadie faces the last of her heartbreaks as she has to decide, is love more important than magic? The second book I have for you is called Perfectly Wicked by Lindsay Lovice. There have always been rumors that something magical is afoot at Wicked Good Apples. Rain during droughts and other inexplicable happenings have long haunted the main orchard. But only Holly Celeste and her family know the truth. The Celestes are just a little wicked. Despite the magical secret ingredient in their cider, the family business is floundering. When Connor Grimm, a charming and nationally beloved paranormal investigator, requests to film an episode of his popular TV show on the mysterious farm, Holly reluctantly accepts. She knows the publicity could be the miracle her family needs, as long as Connor doesn't manage to actually make any paranormal discoveries while he's there. Intent on keeping Connor in the dark and pushing him toward the ghost story believed by the locals, Holly joins him as he interviews eyewitnesses, hunts for old records, and unearths potentially devastating stories from the past. Despite her resolution to dislike him, she begins to fall for the only man who's ever made her feel like strange could be normal. As Connor gets closer to uncovering the real secrets behind the orchard, his and Holly's blooming romance begins to threaten everything they value: Connor's commitment to his career and Holly's commitment to protect her family. The third book I have for you is called The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic by Lindsay Hall. So here's the deal. I'm a magical disaster, a witch from a family of witches, and the only one whose magic blows up in her face, which is why I came up with my rules. Number 1, never get involved with magic. Number 2, if you must get involved, do not enter a competition to win the biggest magical fortune in England. Number 3, and definitely don't fall for Callan Hawthorne, the sexy billionaire mage who you've hated for years. So how the heck did I end up in a situation that promises to break all those rules? It's the only way to save Seaside Spells, my family's magical potion shop. But it's cool. When I go back home to Charming Cove, a village of ancient pubs and foul-mouthed familiars, I will totally ignore Witch Weekly's Sexiest Man of the Year. I'll win the competition, and if I'm lucky, I won't turn myself into a toad in the process. This'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Right? And the last book I have for you is called How Not to Hex a Gentleman by Valia Lind. Kennedy Hellborn knows how to keep a secret. She's been a witch in hiding her whole life. But when she moves to Edinburgh for a study abroad program, the enchanting city seems to have plans of its own, including magically bonding her to 3 unexpected new friends. Bennett McKay never meant to run, literally, into his beautiful neighbor and would do anything to make it up to her. Luckily for him, she needs help with Edinburgh lore, and that's his specialty. Kennedy soon had enough of her gorgeous and frustrating Scottish neighbor because Bennett can't seem to help making a fool of himself as he tries to win over the grumpy beauty. She's got enough to do without him making her already messy life messier. Romance isn't the only magic brewing in the Edinburgh air, and Kennedy needs to focus. But as they spend time researching the city's history, she can't help but be charmed as Bennett's sunny personality slowly cracks through her walls. She's spent her whole life hiding her powers and her heart. He's found out what happens when those you love most leave you. Can they trust each other enough to risk their hearts? Or is the magic of love not strong enough? Okay, that's all for me this week. I'll see you next week on Indie Connection. Bye.